So this is the second page of this same article. So we're still basically in the introduction, and I just want to point out a couple of things. Again, lots of citations, every other sentence at least, right? And sometimes a big clump of them. Again, they're rallying the voices that stand with them, right? And the research and evidence that supports what they're saying. But note, most of the citations are at the end of the of each sentence, except occasionally. So you can see here, there's a citation in the beginning. So it's okay to go back and forth in this case, where you say, oh, as these folks show this, this, this. Or to say, generally in the literature, it's found blah, 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 and then cite. But don't do all of having citations in the beginning. That's not a common practice. And I also wanted to point out a little bit of the transition words this person's using. You can see here that they talk about something is frequently happening, right? So like frequently happening in the literature. Then they give a however, so they state, that they're making a different kind of argument, right? And then they have their evidence of that. Okay, so those are the things I wanted to point out. Oh, I know there's one other thing, is that if you'll notice in these first two pages, there are no quotes. I mean, okay, there's like a little tiny quote of a clause right here. If you look at this article, I think there's one quote in the first 5 pages. So really, again, that's an example of what we're aiming for, is that we are garnering evidence from the literature. So it's all about what's going on in the literature, in our lit review, at any rate. It's not totally, us, our opinions or our experiences at all. In fact, it's not at all our experiences. It's what's going on in the literature. But we ourselves are summarizing and synthesizing the literature. So your voice is present in that synthesis. That is where your voice needs to be. And so you need to have shown that you've digested the literature enough to not just have a series of quotes, that you're really saying, I've read all these articles, and here's the gist of what those articles are demonstrating. And so again, if you want, really excellent examples, go to the literature. And if you have some confusion about which articles are really excellent examples, you can talk to me about it.